North Carolina to play against the winner of the North American 1v1 Regional Open. The winner of that faces Moxie in Leon. Everything to play for and everything to lose in this match. Get up and get loud. It's game day.
It's a historic moment, the first time that we're seeing a MENA 1's grand final, and also the first time that we're seeing a MENA match on the main channel. And what a match it's going to be. Fear, it's offense against defense, it's the ground game against the aerial game, and it's the undefeated streak. Can anybody beat this man on the ball?
NWPO has been absolutely unbelievable. If there's anybody in MENA who is destined to do it, it's gonna be Rawas. He is still looking for his big crown jewel tournament win. He has not been able to grab one of the salt mines, but could have a chance here to take MENA's first ever RLCS regional and maybe even a spot at the major and a win in the World Finals. So if Rawas is gonna do it, he's gonna have to get through Mr. NWPO. Mr. Not Drop a Game NWPO. Rawas is the kind of guy who can get it done.
Oh, he had a lot of space in that play, a lot of time to decide what he's going to do. And, you know, just because he's the less aerial-focused player out of the two doesn't mean you're not going to see aerials out of him. That's a great play as he takes the 1-0 lead. We do have to mention that the last time these two played is a whole long time ago. The last time they played in a competitive setting, Rawas did get destroyed. He got bullied. Oh, what a save that is, though. I mean, we're going to see plenty more of those. The creativity and defense is unparalleled.
NWPO will bring the creative offense. Rawas will bring the creative defense. What a recovery there. As NWPO had Rawas on low boost. Rawas is making it seem like he's a huge brick wall on absolutely zero. NWPO getting a little bit ahead of himself. Something that will happen often, but most of the time he can keep it under control, and shows you something crazy is Rawas electing with 27 boosts that it's not worth it to go out and grab that one, and will instead reset to his back wall.
It almost seems like pick your poison for all the North American fans watching to find out who their champion is going to play in Rally. This is the match to decide who gets the ticket to Rally to play against NA's champion. And who do you want? Do you want to run into the guy who's going to save all your favorite player shots or score against your favorite player relentlessly as we get a tie game? Rawas finally holds on no longer.
Yeah, Rawas is going to be good in defense, but you cannot spend extended periods of time here against NWPO. It's going to be about getting saves and ending possessions as early as possible instead of having to save over and over and over again. Rawas has a bit of offense of his own when he does manage to win a kickoff. This time he's going to lose it. NWPO with no boost, though, is really just throwing a testing shot on, buying himself a bit of time. It is going to be Rawas in control. A fake flick, a catch, a second goal.
That is insane. He might have actually been trying to just go for a conventional flick here, but the ball popped so high off his car. No panic. He just gets right into the wave dash and the pop top left. And it would have been very easy for him to just try and throw himself at that ball after popping it up too high. But no, he had a backup plan. He rolled with it perfectly.
Rawas going to win this kickoff. NWPO, what a save into the crossbar. I feel like intentionally to try and set up a quick counterattack. Rawas was ready for it. It's back the other way. Another crossbar save. NWPO will still have control. I think he got a little bit greedy there by going midfield. If he had gone straight to back corner, he might have had a clean possession. But by going midfield, it allows Rawas to get in the way. But now NWPO back on an air dribble. Will he go for a reset? No, just be a brick wall 50. And this one's crossbar down. He can dunk it in.
Yeah, another tie game. The threat up high, left the dunk down low, undefended. Easy read, not even a read. He could react to that one. I wonder if on the previous attack, though, did Rawas miss an opportunity to demo on the landing? He got the jump out on that point. He didn't really take his time. He just rushed across the box, and I think if he just taken his time, he could have tripped him, maybe even demoed him. No thoughts about that now, though. Mind game, and another mind game, and another dunk. This time Rawas, and it's 3-2. He continues to put himself ahead by 1.
An insane amount of respect for each other. You can tell that NWPO has seen many reset shots go in his net at the hands of Rawas. He is making sure that he prepares for that. And because there's that level of respect, you can just do nothing and let the ball fall in while you just fake behind it. Rawas with the lead. NWPO is going to take this one towards the net. Have to reset here as Rawas forces him back, but he will get a much cleaner setup. Rawas trying to close a little bit of that distance, but NWPO gets his dribble out to midfield. Going to make it as tough for Rawas to challenge as possible, and ties.
I mean, it's just unstoppable. This guy is dangling the ball so far away from any walls that you pretty much just have to wait for him to come to you. and he's got full control. He can pull the trigger whenever he wants. 3-3 once again, where it's all tied up. Unsurprisingly, it's been Rawas who's played more defense in this game. 5 saves to just 2 of his opponent.
NWPO's going to force him to make another one here as he wins the kick off the ceiling high. Rawas fakes the ceiling high, and then I think he went back down and challenged. Was able to cut off NWPO and did end that possession after 1 shot. That's what he needs to be doing, although he got a little bit ahead of himself. That ball out ahead, couldn't get a good clean shot. Hook shot into NWPO, who's trying to go for a read. Rawas is there. I was watching some previous games earlier, and I was saying it's like anime fights. These guys just flying through the air, stopping each other.
They just seem to come out of nowhere in some of these plays. Now, Rawas having to manage his boost so well here. So many fakes coming his way. He doesn't fall for any of them, and he barrels right through. I mean, to save that is one thing, to counter is another, but he's missed his chance at an open net. And it was a very fleeting moment. But you've got to take those in a match of this caliber.
Yeah, both of them flashing by. Wow, NWPO on 0 boost says, I don't need boost. I've got a wall. I can use that for speed as he dashes his way out, but he will be forced back now. Tough position to be in. Rawas flick gets a little bit of boost out of NWPO, forces him to the top shelf. Nice recovery from NWPO. You can see Rawas hoping to go for low 50s in order to try and keep this ball near the net. Boost starvation. He has to give up on that back corner boost. And NWPO's not going to take it, though. He's just going to extend it the other way.
Yeah, smart by Rawas to bail there on that boost deal. He realized that he was going to be out of position, conceding. Oh, now he's got the openest net of the day, and he's taking his time with it, and he doesn't need to worry about the respawn save, as once again, Rocket League's only RNG puts the defender on the wrong side.
Veteran move. Did not try and shoot early. The soft touch. He wants to make sure he starts this last minute in the lead as we head to a slight offset kickoff. Big kickoff here for Was can gain control. You can hold on to possessions long enough, but NWPO's the first one with possession as he slams one top shelf, puts Rawas in net. He's going to creep out to the opposite corner to pick up 100, and NWPO will head to his most. Where is Rawas going?
Look at this.
Rawas is out to the midfield.
What?
He went back. I'm going to be so surprised if he made a save.
Well, he tried to attack this from behind, and, you know, I think he's tried to avoid being ear dribble bumped here, but he might have done it a bit too extreme as he gets way on the wrong side of the ball, looking like he's trying to help the ball go in the net. For all, we just continue to swing back and forth here. It's 1 goal lead to Rawas, and then a tie game once again.
NWPO, full boost and possession off kickoff. He wants a bump. Rawas is defending it. He tried to go underneath, but it will go across the goal line before he can get back.
Small margins, that was close. It was a great dodge, but just not in time in the recovery to get the ball off the goal line. Finally, the first lead of the match for NWPO. He's up with 26 seconds to go, and he continues to pile on the pressure. 17 shots to just 8 from Rawas.
And a kickoff possession. Rawas has to stay on this one. Maybe wouldn't under different conditions, but no choice but to try and be aggressive here, see what he can't get going. NWPO does use a lot of his boost to extend this one out, but even turns it into a shot attempt. So 10 seconds left to go. Rawas has advantage, but he's still worried about the boost. NWPO's going to take it straight to the net and secure the game.
Yeah, he thought that this was more about dodging the demo than anything else, so he jumped onto the wall. But both players being supersonic, doesn't really matter who got the boost. That wasn't the true fight in the position. It was all about the ball going back middle. And now all we need to see is a relatively even kickoff, and this will be game. Rawas has no time. He's won the kickoff, but he's run out of time. And that's going to be game 1 to the favorite, the player who can't lose. He's on a crazy streak through this event, trying to win it without dropping a game.
Yeah, Rawas definitely made it seem like it was to do some creativity here. You can't play defense forever, and it all starts on the kickoff. This is one of the usually safer type kickoffs, straight on the ball. We'll see if we get any mix-up from Rawas, but he is going to go straight flip to the right. NWPO will win it into the blue half.
And it's, again, an advantageous position for him, where Rawas is going to need to continue to defend bravely. He does such a good job staying low enough on these challenges. So difficult to get a low 50 past him. And now here comes the aerial play. His first big aerial play of the game, but no reset on that one. And also no all-in play. The attack continues, and the shots start to rack up. The pressure once again on Rawas, but he will alleviate that with the demo and his first possession play.
Now it's Rawas's turn. How long can he hold on? We saw NWPO being extra safe. I mean, he's not going to hold on very long because it looks like NWPO's taking it away. Cover. He does make a save. Now both of them low on boost. NWPO's going to try and see what he can do to stay on this one, but chances are he's going to have to give it up eventually to Rawas. What can he get before he does that? Well, he's going to get 100 boost, and now it'll be Rawas's possession. As he flicks, expecting an early challenge, but it's a fake from NWPO. It'll drop into the orange half, and Rawas pops it up. NWPO sends it out to the midfield.
It's such a hard hit to clear the ball. Still time in the back corner for once. A rare moment to get some alone time with the ball. One reset for Rawas. Couldn't really catch up to it to threaten the ground pinch or even the half volley. Once again, a turnover. No shots yet for Rawas. He's having a really difficult time generating actual realistic shooting chances. Here's the first one of the game. Booms it top shelf. And oh boy, he's clinical. Doesn't get many chances, but he makes good on the one he does get.
NWPO is so close. 19 boost on this save. It's such a hard read. I mean, he put it in just the right awkward spot for NWPO to get up. Is going to get a slight touch on it, but it will be Rawas. One shot, one goal, and he has himself a lead. It won't be easy to do for a full 5 minutes as NWPO and him fight for possession. Rawas is going to come out on top. Heavy first touch towards NWPO allows him to turn and challenge even without boost, and he'll use that as an opportunity to steal Rawas's.
Rawas trusting that the angle was impossible to get on target there. He was correct on this occasion. It's just so hard to get rid of either one of these opponents. They just can't get space on the pitch. Rawas slams a shot top corner. I mean, his shooting has been so impressive in this game. On the half volley, he deletes the ball. It just feels like the pitch is so small with these two on it, though. They're constantly at each other's throats.
Rawas playing that with the last bit of boost that he did have. Shooting across the net can be dangerous. Big kickoff win. And now, you know what? We've just lost 10 different creative kickoffs that he might have done. Now that he's won one straight, it's not broken. I'm just going to do some more standard kickoffs, flip it right, just hope to win it.
And, you know, it's now up to NWPO to respond to that. He's got to cover his goal side a little bit more. Rawas realized he was going heavy outside, so he's just gone for the goal directly. It's the old-fashioned, kickoff strap that was popularized by Scrubkiller way back in the day. It's still such an effective way to just remind your opponent not to be too cheeky with their approach angle. Air double bump coming through. Rawas saves the ball by knocking it downwards. I mean, when you talk about maximizing your chances of dodging a bump, that's how you do it.
Perfect power slide to gain control too. He's trying to go back the other way. This has been a good sign for Rawas, who has had NWPO playing in his net a little bit here in this game. As NWPO having not dropped a single game, it seems like there's a chance here for Rawas, but anybody who's watched 1v1 knows there's a ton of time. NWPO will not score here as Rawas now with 29 boosts. What is he going to be able to do? He's going to try and cut this away from NWPO, who wants to make sure he's awkward and can't actually get a possession.
He just never leaves until he absolutely has to. So another rocket of a shot does get red this time. To keep this guy scoreless is such an impressive defensive stand, but this looks tough to save. He doesn't have to, the crossbar's got him covered. Rawas to the pre-flip counter-attack. He has got so much power on that. It's gone in from beyond the halfway line for 4-0.
They matching shots now. It's 6-6. The difference is that crossbar down now. I mean, that wasn't necessary. I mean, I'm going to say it was forced by Rawas the way he's been playing defense. There was a chance to get it on target, but Rawas has NWPO shook, and he is scoring at a much higher rate. Another kickoff win. This one will get denied, but how much can NWPO get out of it as he manages to not fall in his net? He grabs 100, and Rawas sends him the ball. He will get on the board.
Yeah, first big mistake of the game by Rawas, and it gets punished in the blink of an eye. Yeah, he just gave that one straight to him. Trying to put the ball in an awkward position. Always good to get one extra touch when you're trying to make a play for the boost. Get an awkward touch that your opponent can't really do anything with. But that was far from it. Got slammed into his net. 3-goal difference. You can bet that there's going to be 3 chances to score and tie this one before the game is done.
How safe will Rawas play this now? Minute 30, he is not taking it up into the air. Instead, reverse wave dash, going a bit slower, trying to get NWPO to bait high. Rawas is actually bumped into net. NWPO is looking at an open net, and he will get one of them.
It's just fascinating. He scores Rawas in one goal, puts the ball in the other one, and gets the second goal of the game. It didn't even look like that all in of a play, but when there's multiple bumps afterwards, it's almost better than a demo, because there's not even a chance of a respawn messing with you now. 2-goal difference. And could be back to a 1-goal difference. That's a great roll. And it is going to be just one separating the players.
A perfect roll for NWPO. You go back to Rawas, that he had a moment right before this 2-goal sequence where he had a wall to air dribble that I think under different circumstances, he takes that and he tries to score with it. But he played it a little bit slower, maybe because of the game context, ends up not paying off, and now that's just high game. NWPO was expecting a touch, and so Rawas gets fortunate that NWPO was not ready.
Oh, this is ridiculous if he can get this on target. Rawas managing his boost so well. 100 spawns for him as a reward. The flick on target won't be good enough. Plenty time left though. No need to rush the offense just yet. And you know, we talked about the guy that we're going to see later on in the stream, Diaz, the guy who's known for the full pitch air dribbles. Well, someone else who could do that is NWPO. He's going to look to go all in at some point here, but not quite yet. With 30 seconds left, he still has plenty of time.
Slowly taking this dribble, trying to see where Rawas is going to be. He's getting a read on the defense. Rawas is transitioning high, moving low. NWPO wants to make sure he dances around in defense before he makes the outplay, and he catches him returning to the ground with a nice pop.
I mean, that is just ridiculous. He just sliced underneath the ball, somehow finds a way past Rawas. 21 seconds left. The 4-goal comeback's complete, but it might be needed again as Rawas gets the kickoff goal, and that is brutal. Absolutely brutal timing to pull one out of the bag. 16 seconds left now, and the comeback starts again.
This is just old-fashioned 1v1 where everybody's just trying to go flip into the ball left to right, just play it out, don't make any other adjustments. Those are the only ones allowed apparently, and it pays off in Rawas's favor as he now brings this one to the ground. Can he waste out this time? NWPO is so quick to make anything happen. He is out of boost. NWPO's in control of the wall. Only a bit left over. A delayed flick goes top left, but Rawas sends it away, and the undefeated streak is over. Rawas takes a game.
And that's such an important game. If you lost this one after
win and get as many goals as possible, let's head to game number 3.
And you know, there really is never a moment where this guy doubts his offensive capabilities, where he doubts his mechanics. I'm sure we're going to see a big play here, as you always do. But Rawas, more than anyone else in 1v1 history, makes the most mechanical players in the world doubt themselves. Makes the best, most talented aerial players in the world second-guess their aerial offense. And we've not seen that yet today, but that could be happening later on in the series if he keeps getting ridiculous stops and forcing crossbar hits. I mean, he's got a demo and a goal early on here again, so another good start for him in game 3.
Couple standard kickoffs as they both try and fight for the ball to go the way they want. Rawas can send a goal line save up above the crossbar. NWPO will have a boost steal, so Rawas going to be playing on very little. NWPO slamming, gets the perfect angle almost, maybe a little bit too close to the back wall, allows Rawas to still get the save, but man, NWPO is just trying to throw it on net as fast as possible. Rawas stays calm, makes the save, and has himself a ball carry.
Oh my goodness. The timing, the composure, and the vision from Rawas to completely dissect and score his second goal of the game. I mean, it's just perfect defense, perfect control in the midfield, even pathing over one extra small pad on his way, and the finish to match.
Rawas is thinking about staying here on offense despite not having boost. I'm not surprised he does eventually leave. He's going to go to the back corner. NWPO's going to fake a flick and then actually cut it, but Rawas did enough to make him second guess how he can get past him, and he ends up cutting it across the net, and another possession ended immediately.
Oh my goodness.
He tries to turn and dive, but Rawas will 50.
Rawas just overhead presses NWPO into the stratosphere. Bang! I mean, you thought you're getting the middle of the ball. Not happening. He drops the low 50 under him. Sends him absolutely flying. I mean, the strength to do that against an opponent who's coming in with so much more momentum than you. Just immaculate 50 mechanics.
NWPO back wall. Oh, I don't know if he's expecting the early challenge. He tried to cut it infield instead of going up the corner. Rawas is going up to get a reset from the own back wall. He decided he can't shoot it, so he cuts it away. Can he bring it back to net before recovery? NWPO finds his way back for now, but he's low on boost. A little bump will push him out, and Rawas has the ball in a great position. This is classic 1v1, but decides not to take the hook shot.
Yeah, he's just trying to keep this attack going as long as possible, it seems. Off the post, and then the 50-50 leaves it open, and he takes the completely undefendable shot. Yeah, it looked like he had an opportunity earlier than this, but he was so comfortable just continuing the attack, and it works out perfectly for him. 4-0 and less time on the clock.
Roas has always been one of those guys who's willing to let the offensive possession go as long as he feels is necessary.
No way.
Oh no!
What?
NWPO had a chance.
Oh, he had more than a chance. That was open. I mean, he just completely missed it. The hard work was done. And now the save on the double tap. Roas, once again, a complete magician on the goal line.
I mean, NWPO, he gets power every time he wants it. I watched it line up from his perspective. He could have slammed it, but he went for a soft touch to try and mix up on Roas, and Roas had that read. I know he has to respect NWPO. He's going to do it again, and he's going to leave NWPO scoreless a couple minutes into this game.
I mean, this is the kind of sequence of plays that Roas does to everyone. We've seen him do it to Zen in the past. We've seen him do it to Drally, to Nast. I mean, all the top guys in Europe. I've seen him go back and forth with Moxie over the years, and at some point he makes everybody question their offensive capabilities. He makes them think that they can't score. And I'm starting to worry in this game that might happen here. He's hit with a pre-flip shot again, and it's 6-0.
This can catch you off guard, even a guy like NWPO. He sees the points. Oh, maybe it's over. No, Roas got one more touch.
No boost, by the way. Zero. Absolute zero, and he still makes it work.
6-0 Roas. I don't think I saw a game like this happening at any point, but there is still tons of time.
Okay.
Here's the NWPO comeback starting.
Finally, and he doesn't make a mistake on this one. But you know what, this is exactly where, I'm going to keep saying it, this is exactly where I'd love to see just a fake kickoff here from Roas. You know, just not a volatile flip into the ball, because what he's doing is he's going for the most volatile kickoff strategy, where you use all your boost and you flip. And if you don't get the kickoff win or even, you could be just in immediate trouble. There's so many safer strategies to mix in. He never does this. He never goes for them. And, you know, right now it doesn't seem to matter, but I do wonder if there's an even higher level he could be at. Oh, he left it ball uncontested for a second there. Boost advantage will fix that problem as he goes ahead 7-1. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a forfeit here, as everything's going right for Roas.
You talked about Roas and him not mixing up the kickoffs. Like, he could take it to another level. I don't know if NWPO is doing too much mix-up either.
True.
Clearly, he needs to be mixing it up right now. I mean, I want to see a big delay or something, but these guys are just willing to throw haymakers at each other over and over on the kickoff. Just slam into it and see who gets the win.
And it's almost a gentleman's agreement to just play normally. Let's just not do anything strange here. Another great save by Roas. But, you know, he'll put up a great save like that, and it won't even be top 10 saves of the series for him. Somebody else, it would be their best save of the day against a, you know, so-called unstoppable move, an air dribble bomb, by one of the most mechanical and one of the most physical players in the world. This is a dominant display by the best defender 1v1 has ever seen.
I think we are a couple saves away from a forfeit. Not often do you see a forfeit off of just saves. Usually you have to get scored on the other way, but I don't know if NWPO just cannot get past Roas. Maybe this will be it as he turns his saves into another goal.
This is just a completely different level. I mean, we've been watching some world-class Rocket League all day, but this, I mean, you'd expect it being a grand final tomorrow. We'll have North America's grand final where we have other S-tier players matching up against each other, but you could just see that there's something special going on right now with Roas and the stops that he's getting and the speed of his transitions, the counter-attacks. You know, credit to Twisted Minds. NWPO sticking in this. He's not giving up. He's looking to find a window of opportunity, maybe get some momentum going, maybe find a way to score. It's not that way. Pumping this guy is just not, it's never going to work. It's never worked for anyone. And it doesn't look like it's working today either.
And I mean, Roas is looking faster, and it's impossible normally to feel like that's the case. NWPO, I don't know if he's won a series where he looks like the slower player. He just likes to outpace, and Roas is winning these races to the balls in the midfield. He is looking both like a brick wall when he's on the goal line, but also speedy to the ball, as NWPO should have a pre-flip open goal. Maybe he can get a bit of momentum going, but surely Roas going up 2-1.
He's a very fast-moving brick wall, Roas is. Probably the fastest brick wall I've seen. This is a timeout. Surely it's a timeout, because it's going from bad to worse here, and not really a lot's worked in this game in any part of the field. So I reckon this has to be a timeout. It's either timeout or tilt, in my opinion. I could be proven wrong about the start of game 4. We might just see some world-class goals back to back to back, but a good streak going at the end of the game. Lost to a kickoff goal. Happens. Okay, let's find out. What's it going to be? Is it going to be a regain, or is it going to be just a pick up where we left off situation? And, well, early signs would suggest the latter, as Roas makes another save and the counter-attack gets started.
One thing we know for sure is we're going to see 2 quote-unquote standard kickoffs. That's for sure. That's what opens this next game, as NWPO has a great hookshot chance. Actually does not get the right bounce. If he shoots slightly right, he might be able to score on the follow-up. If he shoots slightly left, he might just bounce in, but he gets the worst possible spot.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. It was a great play to go to him, and he passed the ball to himself. Unfortunately, too close to hitting the goal, like you said. Oh my goodness!
Oh my God.
Calm down. We don't want to break the crossbar. We've still got 4 minutes and 20 seconds to play. That's more like it. And okay, no tilt. He is just once again hitting the ball really hard and flicking the ball really hard. A deft touch on the turnaround there, though.
That needed to be a goal. The tilt would happen if he somehow didn't find a way to score. It was a great possession, as NWPO will force Roas into defense. Roas not even going to have time to pick up his 100, although he's still for control and actually win it and take NWPO's as well. It looked like he was looking for a demo last second, as NWPO dashes to push this out to the midfield. He'll have to play off pads. It's actually a bit of an awkward ball for Roas. He does his best to pop quickly and gets himself a goal.
I mean, you said it right. I mean, that is such an awkward ball. There's not a lot of ways to turn that into an immediate chance on net. Of course, Roas finds a way. That touch was immaculate. To space now, pull away from the play, and to give himself an opportunity to put it past him. He still, you know, for me, looks like the player's really locked in. Oh, that's a wayward challenge. 2-1, Roas right after the kickoff. Flicks it past easily.
NWPO could maybe afford to slightly delay, maybe go for a wave dash, or maybe just win this one to the left or something. Another flip into the ball?
Yep, another flip into the ball. Well, who I guess we just don't understand, because, you know, we've seen the evolution of the kickoff meta recently. That's a good bump. That's the top-footed dodge. Not even Roas can save that one, as we have another tie game. Yeah, if you're going to try and catch it, Roas, with an air dribble bump, make sure it's when he's backwards, no boost, and you're coming at him at supersonic speed.
Anything else and it's a save. NWPO lost the first kickoff in a bit. Roas puts this into the corner, going to get 100, and just going to switch the field here as he looks to starve NWPO out. And now taken to the skies. I can't even see NWPO as he now shows up on the map. Roas makes sure NWPO falls off the wall and then puts it over the top of him.
Just a deft touch. Just when you think it's going to be the flavor of the month, maybe flavor of the year wave dash shot, he gets under it and scoops it up and over. You know, we talk a lot about the defense, but the offense, the mechanics from Roas have been every bit as impressive. And on a day like today, we knew they'd have to be up against the undefeated. No, but he's actually got a flip here. Are you serious? He almost scores. He didn't dodge through the challenge. He's going to lose on the counter-attack here. He's going to lose a goal, but that was an exquisite attempt. So patient with the challenge and the attempt on net.
This is just an example of what NWPO's been having to deal with. He finally goes to that back wall dribble, which is usually a good way to guarantee you'll have a little bit of space, because surely someone won't come to stop you there. Nope, Roas is floating from the ceiling before he even turns around, ready to cut off his shot immediately, and almost even got a goal out of it. So NWPO is going to have to always keep Roas in mind. He'll be there every second. Right now, he's making save after save in net. A nice recovery. NWPO's managed to keep this around a shootable position. A catch that he doesn't love, so he's going to go for a 100 boost instead. Roas playing off of almost nothing, but that hasn't really been an issue for him before, as he's going to flick and at least get himself some space.
He's looking for the demo afterwards there. Didn't find it, and now here comes the next attack. It's another pump bump, and Rawas once more just knocks the ball downwards. He does this better than anyone else, just getting over the top of the bump and then sending the ball to the ground. Can he do it again though? No problem, as he saves the shot, bumps his opponent, scores an open net. He just puts together these sequences that don't seem playable.
Yeah, NWPO steals the 100 in the corner. He thinks he's going to escape out and just keep this possession going. But Rawas finds a way around to cut him. You're never safe. Gets himself a lead. NWPO's looking at a wide open net.
There we go.
So that'll do it.
And what does he need to do? That's right. Forget about what we're suggesting. Just speed flip and then flip into the ball. Maybe it'll work this time. But I mean, they are making adjustments. They're trying to change the angles. You know, that time it's a push style kickoff where he's going outside edge just slightly, pushing it through. Repeated it there, but Rawas has countered it. I mean, that's what happens when you go for the same strategy 2 times in a row. You did the exact same thing 2 times, and you can't do that unless you're anticipating, you know, an overthink from your opponent, perhaps.
When you have a gentleman's agreement, you know, this battle back and forth can go either way. You're maybe not going to get too much in trouble because you win here and there. But as soon as someone's willing to break it, we swear that they can have an advantage. And these guys may be having a gentleman's agreement. You know, they haven't actually talked about it, I'm sure. They're just both want to do standard kickoffs. But you're not going to get that agreement from a Moxie if you end up playing him in Worlds. Or is going to make it 2.
Just clean, dainty touches. No need to overcomplicate things. A lot of players would have gone for a more high-flying air dribble there, but Rawas sees space between him and his opponent, uses it to his advantage, puts himself ahead by 2. He's going to be ahead by 2 games if this keeps going as it currently is, with 3 games in a row going to Rawas. And another insane save. I mean, it doesn't matter how high you fake the shot, he's going to be able to get low and block you when you switch to go for the low 50. And it'll be a strong enough one to counter you with. 7-4. There are just no openings to exploit.
NWPO has gone from being unable to lose to now potentially unable to win. It has to be frustrating here with Rawas up 3. That is truly not much at all with a minute 30. NWPO could bring it back, but the problem is right now he does not have boost. He's trying to rush back to this ball, and he gets caught out. Rawas gets another.
Just incredible once again. The little twitches in defense, the little fake challenges, the little fake turns, all that Rawas had to do to get the bite and to get control of the play. This has to be a goal for NWPO if he's going to stay in this one. And it is going to be. Okay, it was a touch from Rawas on the goal line, but for once, he's not able to make that into a save.
Yeah, I'm going to watch it again real quick. I think he made the best he could. Sometimes it looks like the players are trying to save him soft for like a counterattack instead of getting stuck. Yeah, but I think he really did the best he possibly could have.
It's one of those positions where he probably wishes it was closer to the crossbar, because then you could just crossbar pinch it, but it's been a bit lower. It's actually harder to save in a way.
A save from NWPO. He's got to turn it on right now. Rawas, soft touch. Oh, good control. Really calm to get that ball down in his possession. 51 seconds for Rawas. He's low on boost. It doesn't really seem to matter before, but in theory, it should help NWPO score. As Rawas sends him to the side wall, he's got a slow dribble. He wants to force Rawas all the way out, but Rawas makes the perfect read, takes it away, and shoots on an open net.
He's just shutting everything down. He once famously tweeted after ended Zen's win streak that GG's well played, but I'm not like the others. And he wasn't wrong. He's still not like the others. Nobody else can take a game off a Twisted Minds NWPO, and Rawas is about to take his 3rd in a row. And he is doing it with his own patented style. Just ridiculous defense. Reads for days. Strong as anything in every challenge. But he's got the pace to match as well, an often underestimated part of his game that you highlighted earlier. So fast off the mark, so quick in the race to the ball, so hard hits. And that's another game win confirmed.
NWPO does have a timeout. I'm not sure if he's going to use it. Timeouts are a little bit foreign to the 1v1 tournaments that these guys are used to playing. Normally they just, lock in, go next. No coach to call a timeout for them. But I'm thinking we might get one because even before the time is out,
Yeah, there
as mentioned, he's going to use his timeout.
I mean, this is what turnaround of a tournament he's had. It must just be bizarre for him right now. We almost jokingly mentioned that he forgot.
Telling himself as he recognized, that the kickoffs aren't working for him. Well, it doesn't seem like that's what he's focusing on.
No.
Maybe he's focusing on something else.
Absolutely not. No, he hasn't realized that. He's once again he speed flipped and then flipped into the ball, and it hasn't worked out. I mean, really, they are still switching the directions. That was an inside attempt, not the outside that they've usually deviated towards. But yeah, certainly a lot left to be desired, in my opinion, and I think in yours as well, when it comes to this aspect.
You know what? NWPO is just going to have to hope that he gets a lot of first possessions. He gets one here. They have been trading him back and forth generally, maybe slightly in favor of Roas in the past couple games. NWPO has to make sure he converts on all of them now, though. He can't afford not to, and he's going to catch Roas. Diving in, a great 50 to guide the ball straight up and down, right back into his control, and we got ourselves 1-1.
In a game like this, we are talking a lot about the fact that there aren't very many big changes. You'll notice that the majority of the kickoffs these guys are going for are outside wall. Good follow-up here by now. Boys up 2-1. But you'll see them, if they're spawning slightly left, they'll try to hit the ball to the right, generally, and vice versa. And it seems like a game of who's willing to do that to a greater degree, and whoever does commit harder to that will usually win it until somebody goes the other way, and then they just crush it and it's in the net. So that's the game we're seeing right now. It's almost a game of chicken. It's like, will you go wider? Will I go wider? Who's going to have the confidence? And who's going to finally make the switch?
Roas went wave dash recovery on this one, and then he gets undercut after his possession and gets scored on. So why would you ever change?
So that's the last time we're going to see him listen to us. He's never listening to us ever again.
Let's see, right back to what we were doing before. That's what we love to see here, as Roas playing from behind, something he hasn't been doing in the past few minutes, trying to get a good 50 on NWPO as he goes diving in. Another 50 will result in NWPO on the ball, but NWPO not going to have an easy time escaping here, as Roas will stick around. This one's going to go into the opposite corner as they switch sides to grab 100. Roas maybe missed the 100 on the first time. I'm not sure why it took him a second to get it, but he does make his way back and takes it away from NWPO. Now he's going to go through the ceiling. NWPO challenge. Roas just kills the 50 right in place and drops it to himself.
He just stops him dead, and that's a lot of power being put into the ball there, but it's gone nowhere because not only is it a solid hitbox behind it, it's precise. It's enough to drop the ball and keep it in a scoring position. Huge dunk midair, now back within a goal. And right back to that same strat we go. Just again, that push to the outside wall, but not a good follow-up. That's an easy clear that leads to a counter-attacking angle, which actually Roas is sort of panicked with. Doesn't get punished, but briefly that looked awkward.
Let's take it to his back corner. NWPO backing off, not going up the side wall. We see a lot of players defending from there. NWPO just did, and it didn't work out for him. So instead, he goes all the way to his net and just flops off the back wall, unable to make the save.
Yeah, he was driving up the back wall and expected a high shot. Ended up really not coming close to covering that one. It's a bit surprising to see him driving that high up the wall when Roas was coming in with quite a low trajectory. But he's got an angle here to shoot directly. Of course, he takes it, and Roas knocks it into the crossbar and gets right back into the midfield battle, wins the boost race. Sees it open on the backboard, but it's not open long enough to get a double on target. The fight for these boosts, vicious as both players commit so hard to them.
The recoveries back and forth, too. Every time it seems like Roas has the lead, he got the boost. NWPO, oh my goodness, sneaking it in. These guys just zooming across the pitch, left and right. The speed will finally pay off in Roas' favor.
And I thought he had enough time to get that back corner boost and then make it back to the net, but he's mistaken. Absolutely rapid center to himself and then the ground pinch to finish for Roas. He remains firmly in control of the series, and he always does seem to have the edge when it comes to directions that he's getting clears towards. No natural follow-ups, even though NWPO keeps control. Oh, he's falling.
Ooh, nice play. NWPO just keeps faking it. Roas is trying to reposition on the back wall. What NWPO's trying to do is get those wheels off of a surface, and he finally does. Little reset on the ball, will dash and pop it up to tie the game.
Yeah, I think he just ran out of back wall there. Thought that he was a little bit further away from the post than that, and even Roas, that makes me feel a little bit better about all the times I've done that. Oh, hold on a second. What a shot, 5-4. How did he get this on target so quickly?
Just a perfect touch, a perfect catch, really. Roas, I mean, you can't blame him. I thought he had the time to get back there as well, but turns out NWPO had the sweet spot touch that launches the ball out ahead and puts him in the lead. And another kickoff probably in his favor. Roas does not want to see a sidewall dribble, so he's going to pinch this one away. NWPO will catch it with a reset and then try and place it top right. Roas is guessing it's not in, and he guesses correctly, but he cannot get the follow-up.
I didn't think it was that close to going in. That was an excellent shot on the goal line. Honestly, Roas was so close to clearing that. I'm actually amazed that he was nearly able to get that into an unscorable position. Fortunately for now, puts it at the bar and stayed active. 2-goal gap again. It's a much better game after the timeout.
I went to his POV and he turns off ball cam as it hits the crossbar, and he's looking for the circle to bounce back out.
Yeah.
And he noticed, wait, there is no circle. That means it must still be somewhere in the net. I had to turn ball cam back on to go and get it. As Roas has a reset wave dash. This is a classic here in ones right now, but NWPO's going to make the save. Roas has no boost left over, so I'm thinking he's going to have to leave this possession. Eventually, he missed the midfield 100. So NWPO now can try and pounce on that attack. Roas take a break to go get the 100, and that's enough.
And that's all it takes is one tiny mistake, missing a mid boost, and now you've got a real problem. The angle of attack there was too good. No way for Roas to cover all angles. And he's actually trailing by a significant margin now, 3 goals. This could be the turnaround as it goes up to 4, surely. Yes, it is. Oh, Roas has got it all to do in game 5.
Are we getting cinema again? Is NWPO going to bring it back? 1v1 has seemed way too scripted through its whole career. Now in the RLCS, it continues to be scripted. Game 7 over in that regional final for EU. Game 7 on LAN. Are we getting Game 7 in MENA final? If you ask NWPO, he sure hopes so, as he's up 4, but he's got a lot to work. He's not even done with this game. Roas with a great shot to put him within 3.
I thought he hit the bar. I was thinking, why is he absolutely slaughtered that ball? It's unbelievably open. He just gets it barring in. So it's all good. Minute and 40 to go. Mind games for Roas. Doing work for him there. Now back to the kickoff we go. It's going to be okay for Roas here. It's in his half, but safe. It's a great touch. It's like hugging the ceiling, but not bouncing. So no way to attack that ball. Here comes Roas again. Bounce dribble down the line. Lets it go back wall. And he 50s it almost in off the post.
NWPO survives though, and is gonna have to flick this one out with the amount of boost he has. Oh wow! Goal. I was just thinking it was something he had to do based on the amount of boost. Just throw one at Roas and see if he can extend the possession. Turns out you just throw in a flick and you just score.
It was the mid boost. Roas thought the mid boost was gonna spawn, and he missed it by about, I don't know, a quarter of a second. It came up right after he drove over it. That was enough to sufficiently slow him down. Oh wow, what a flick. That is ridiculous. No boost, almost no momentum, and he still launches it to the top corner.
Yeah, making sure to tilt forward and kind of cradle the ball with his car before executing the flip to make sure it gets maximum power on the ball. Minute 14, these kickoffs can be volatile, and Roas could absolutely steal this one back, but this one goes in favor of NWPO. Roas to the ceiling, back down, makes the save. He seems like he puts a ton of space between himself and NWPO almost intentionally, but covers it with ease, and now has a possession of his own. NWPO doesn't want to get the dribble started, so he's going to backflip challenge, but eventually going to have to be panicked away as Roas controls. He wants a local 50. He's a brick wall this time, not in net, but near NWPO's.
I mean, he's got the ball on top of his car, and then the next frame, it's in front of him and he's sideways, flipping into it. I mean, the timing to drop it in front is so impressive for Roas every single time. Still more work to do though. 45 seconds to go, ball's in his back corner. He doesn't have 100 boost to play with. Actually, he'll have the ball as well after some more time has gone off the clock. Oh, he's missed it! Huge mistake, and it's surely game over with 3 goals difference.
I feel like in a regular series, I mean, we see this here and there, but that was like, I gasped. Rawas, he missed. He could have made a play there and didn't. That is not something he has been doing at all. And now it's still not out of reach. It is going to take some cheesy kickoffs or just some direct wins. Knowing what he's going to try and do, he's just going to try and force it to a sidewall or something, but he's already not won the first of 3 that he would need, as NWPO being patient now with the ball. I was talking about how he's going to keep trying running up the score.
Back corner Barry. Yeah, there he is.
He is going to secure it.
Here's back corner Barry to secure the game. Barry's secured so many games today in North America, and he's even looking to secure a game here in the MENA Grand Final. No nonsense. Why take the risk of attacking your opponent, giving them a counter, followed up by a kickoff, when you can simply dribble the ball back and then hit the bar on 0 seconds?
I saw somebody...
He didn't get the first one. Can he do it second time of asking?
NWPO's going to start out with possession and slow roll it out. Rawas deciding that flipping for a 50 is not something he is willing to do. Would rather save his flip and just back off. So it'll be Rawas to take the first shot, as he now will reset on his own back wall. Is he willing to go the distance? It's something we will maybe see in the match after this one from Diaz, but he's not going to be forced to go the distance as NWPO waits all the way on the back line. Rawas lands early, throws a shot on target, and these two guys just testing each other out here at the start of this game.
Shot. Well, Rawas tried to get the ball to his own back corner, didn't give it enough of a hit though, and it falls short. I don't think he realized I put advanced alongside him as well, so he was actually ready for the pass and scores it without any difficulty. You know, we keep saying 1v1's the most scripted game mode. We might be biased, but we're seeing it again here. The potential for a Game 7 seems ever present.
Rawas looking to try and make that not the case. He's not out here doing it for the cinema. He wants to get a win, as NWPO jumping early. Rawas chilling on the ground. Maybe he faked him out slightly with those twitches towards the ball. As NWPO loses control of the possession, has boost advantage, and Rawas is actually just going to boom it away. He'd rather reset. Will he go all the way to the corner this time? No, he's going to play better and stick around. He's forced NWPO to flick early, and therefore it's gone a bit high. Can he get another save?
Oh my days.
Into the crossbar. Rawas will clear it out.
It's what he does, and what comes after, once again, is a goal. The recovery nearly came through, but it wasn't enough, and Rawas hits 2 saves and the counter-attack.
Why does he ever leave for boost? The way he plays when he plays on 0, you know, it seems like he could side between both. When he sticks around in net, he always seems to find a way to make the play, and then this time in the process, got himself the boost he needed for the counterattack as well. He's going to pop this one up, use his last bit in order to try and buy himself time again. He will reset on the 100 in the back corner. Little fake challenge onto NWPO, who tries to get the bump. Cannot bump Rawas. He hasn't earned. He might have an angle.
Listen, you know, a lot of people complain about that being an undefendable shot. Rawas begs to differ. If you need to know how to save air dribble bumps, just take a look at some of his replays and take notes, because he makes them look easy, and now he's walking the ball into the net. 2-1. To pull out these saves with precision and consistency, composure in this setting, something nobody else is doing.
Great setup the other way as well. Reading NWPO in and out of the net. Not bringing the ball to him, instead cutting it around him. And now can he re-land on the back wall after pinching it on the back wall with himself? He's sticking around with 28 boost, and he is so patient and ready to use the last bit that he needs to whenever he needs to clear it out. This is going to be the moment to flick it away. NWPO going to get his own 100, so Rawas is actually going to try and stay here on low boost. I think he's going to have to leave eventually. He did force NWPO to switch the field. Doesn't want to let him have a clean line. He's going to go cut off his air dribble attempt again. Has him on the back wall. It can be awkward to get a dribble going. Rawas does not want to let him do it. Can he get another steal on the other side? Tried to undercut him. Didn't grab it. NWPO long shot to the back wall is not on target, and Rawas will not let him follow up.
That's a really smart clear by Rawas. He stayed supersonic through that one, knowing that there's a chance he's being demo chased from behind, which he was. He's just got his eyes firmly, not just the ball, but also his opponent, but that's open. Great 50 in the back corner. We haven't seen a lot of defensive 50s out of Twisted Minds now, Poe, but that's a great one as he lets the ball bounce off his own back wall. He let Rawas win it almost, and then hits him on the counter.
Hard to dive in the corner. You have to be really sure that you're going to get a favorable bounce when you try and chase somebody down who's waiting there. It's so likely that the ball can bounce out ahead as a counterattack. And you have to make sure. Well, nice dunk.
It's just the blatant challenge. The challenge that's so dumb that it works. NWPO can see Roas. Roas knows that NWPO can see him. And that's why he keeps going. He knows that there's no way he expects me to just keep driving towards him and hit the ball. That's what he's gotten for. It looks like there's going to be a kickoff goal the other way, though. 3-3. Inside wall was a weakness. Roas is so side onto that one. And there's that. Again, that one little switch up has resulted in a goal for both players multiple times.
Maybe that's why they haven't changed their kickoff. They thought, no way does he think I go standard kickoff again, except it's every single kickoff.
They'll never expect the 100th standard kickoff in a row. And this is it. Roas, if he loses this one, it'll be all the momentum to his opponent. Now Paul loses this one, that's the end of his 1v1 season. It really is that simple in ones. No points, no regionals, just one tournament, one winner, one representative of one of the best regions to ever play this game mode. Who's it going to be?
Roas trying to pass to himself, but might have fallen too far out of the play, so NWPO will control it. He's going to lob a soft flick that he gets ahead of. Roas going to try and save as much boost as possible, I would imagine, as he tries to transfer the ground.
50.
It's favorable
Wow.
50, but will die. And now space for NWPO. Has Roas respawning in the back left. He's going to take a dribble straight down the center of the field. A flick.
Wow.
Roas is going to save that. Can he escape, though? NWPO trying to pop it up and keep it in the danger zone, but he's given up. It's a Roas possession.
And there's that low 50 again. This time it does bounce favorably. One boost. He uses it and doesn't really get a lot of speed out of the ball there. Even with the one boost that he was able to save. Lots of space to the right side of the field. Now Po's making a beeline for it. He's got time to turn. It stays grounded. The flick is good. That'll be a lead with just 35 seconds left.
Roas came in here and threw a fake challenge and turned away, and then decided he'd rather cut off this hook shot early. NWPO had the read, collected the flick, controlled it, and sent it before Roas could close the distance. 35 seconds, huge kickoff here for Roas, who has lost it slightly into the blue half. NWPO is going to put it on target. Roas will have that first save. Will he have to follow those saves? He will. He'll have a counterattack.
What? He intentionally lets it get closer to the goal line so that he can save it into the bar in a position that's hard to follow up on. He gets there first. Once again, in and out of his own net in the flash. 24 seconds left. Roas just needs one goal.
NWPO's thinking, I might as well just shoot this on target, but maybe you should never shoot it. Don't give it to Roas at all. If you have the lead, maybe take it away, but he's gotten himself a good possession and cannot get a boost steal. This one will float up. Roas is up for it first. NWPO has to half flip off, and Roas is actually pogo landing on the ground. A bit of an awkward landing. NWPO's going to try and punish Roas back the other way. Kick it.
He overstepped. And what a hit from the back corner. Gave it absolutely everything. If Roas had 12 more boosts, one more pad, he would have had it, but he didn't have enough.
Diagonal kickoff. Huge moment here. It's actually back towards Roas's half. NWPO is going to chase it down. It is lobbed up in the air. Boost advantage for Roas. NWPO is going to back off. He has the ball on top of his car. Sees NWPO behind, who's trying to jump and fake best he can. Dribble it straight down the field. Can't keep it up in the air. Flick towards the net. NWPO actually kept it up. Felt like he could have hit it down to the ground. It is still in the air now. NWPO sure gets that one. Here's the game.
I cannot believe it. Even if you're planning to do nothing different, even if you're planning to just simply speed flip and then flip into the ball again for the 200th kickoff in a row, it's still worth taking a timeout.
Well, he's thought this one through, and it's got him possession as he takes it into NWPO's corner. NWPO's going to try and pinch it away, and he is dashing to chase down Roas. It's not going to be an easy control here, even though normally you would think so. NWPO closes that distance, and Roas trying to pop it up to himself, avoids the demo, and now lobs it towards NWPO's net. He's going to try and continue to make something out of it, which is hard to do here deep in the corner. Instead, NWPO will clear it away. Last bit of boost he has, so now it is a bit of a line game back and forth. Will Roas let it bounce off? Sometimes players do. He decides not to cut it away. A safer option here for Game 7. Flick top left. His nemesis' main move. It doesn't work for him, and NWPO will counter.
It wasn't the best flick, but he thought it was good enough to follow up on. But, I mean, you see how quick the recovery came through. It was buttery smooth. It was instantaneous. And the counterattack was always going to be a threat there. I feel like with a flick of that caliber, you just have to back down, and it might be 2. That ball's bouncing mid, but too high to immediately play. No problem, he loops around and goes for it again.
It did seem like for a moment there, rlesports was going to get a chance. I'm watching rlesports. I mean, he didn't expect it either. That's what it comes down to. He didn't expect that bounce to go as far out. Otherwise, he wouldn't have retreated back as much as he did. So a 2-0 lead for NWPO within the first minute. rlesports needs a kickoff to go his way. It feels like NWPO's had control of all of them, and he'll push this one into the back wall of rlesports with boost advantage. rlesports has been good here, but you can't imagine he likes to be here as he now makes the first save. NWPO chasing him to the ball, using a ton of boost to do so. So now he's got nothing left over, and he's flipping on the back wall. It seems like rlesports could get a counterattack the other way. NWPO kind of protects the angle that rlesports can take, but rlesports will be the one to get the demo, and he will get a goal.
Yeah, and it eventually ended up as a mistake. You know, that overcommitment in the back corner didn't immediately result in rlesports getting a clear look, but Pocket never recovered his boost. He could never get back in a good position, and he did lose a goal a bit carelessly there. 2-1, rlesports playing in small pads here. It's lots of space on that left side of the field. It looks like it's going to be an air dribble bump here as he comes directly, and once again, the master makes the save.
I mean, even when I'm watching NWPO POV, I'm like, this one actually might be good enough. This one might do it. Oh, no, not again. rlesports, he always survives. NWPO, though, a little vibe for control. He had the space, neither had boost, and he pops one out for a 2-goal lead.
That little bump is all he needed, but he did so well also in the setup. Just a soft touch, wave dash, and a pop on target. But you've got to look out in those game 7s, so the air dribble bumps are going to be a factor. And when somebody's got an option to dribble out wide and they don't take it, that's, I think, a telltale sign the air dribble bump is coming like it was there.
rlesports, huge lob on that save to not allow NWPO to follow up, and he's going to take this one away. He's going to push it back to the sidewall. He's not letting NWPO get a single touch, and now he's trying to chase him down for a demo. Pretty greedy demo there. Forced it back off. Wants the midfield 100. Is going to grab it. I think he has to give up possession in order to get it, though. So he that was maybe a mistake.
Oh, rlesports is looking for demos left, right, and center. Even here, he looks mid, looks for the demo, but he doesn't get it. He loses the ball as a result. And clinical finishing once again. For once, rlesports' saves are few and far between.
NWPO getting a bit of an edge here in this game 7. They've all come down to the wire, it feels like, as well. As NWPO's flick.
Wow.
Sent high. rlesports is having to play a ton of defense. He's doing a good job. Can he get anything out of this? I don't think the recovery from either of them is going to be fast enough. Wait, no, rlesports lands on a pad, and that'll be a big difference. Yeah,
Great pathing, rlesports. Making sure to flip the first time towards that 12 boost, which got him started with the advantage he needed. I mean, the confidence to just keep attacking with absolutely no boost left in the tank is just textbook now, but he does get in trouble when he overextends every now and then. Half the game gone. It's still 2-goal difference. rlesports has been forced back into corners, and he might be in trouble again here. 50-50 is too strong, and it's 5-2.
Both these guys have been doing it to each other. Seeing someone to come out and challenge, just try and guide it straight up into the ceiling. Have it bounce straight down back to yourself. You get it up hard enough, and you will be able to take the shot before the recovery. That's what NWPO does here as he heads to a diagonal kickoff. He has won so many of these. rlesports needs to neutralize this a little bit more for the last half of this game.
Oh, it's back corner Barry. He's out already. He couldn't wait. He's already here. But not for too long. Get back in your box, back corner, but we don't need you with 2 minutes left.
That is definitely earlier than you'll ever see somebody wasting time, especially with only a 3-goal lead. That can come back in a second.
Oh,
a great save on rlesports, who has landed on the post in net. This is still a dangerous position. rlesports trying to half flip to get something going. NWPO sitting on 0, will be patient and flick. rlesports soft touch. He really wants to cut it. You see that side flip immediately to try and get a counter. But a bit of a mistake, and he gets bumped, and NWPO scores.
He thought that he was going to have the opening for a counter-attack, but look at that from NWPO. He didn't go for the dangerous boost deal that a lot of other players would have gone for. He stayed around in the position, covered the counter-attack option, and even gets the goal for himself. It's 4 goals in a series which has swung completely in the favor of the favorite coming in.
rlesports on the back wall has a big boost advantage. NWPO's not going to dive. Will go now is Rawas making sure to flip in such a way that he grabs the midfield 100. He doesn't want NWPO to pick up anything. Wants to keep that advantage. He uses that advantage to potentially get a goal. He'll side flip this one, and nice boost starvation in the midfield. Rawas gets a third.
Hey, Rawas still alive here. He's not had too much control in this match, and he's made some small mistakes that have been costly. Maybe a bit too demo hungry earlier on, but with 1:12 to go, he needs possession.
Wave dash kickoff from Rawas. He does force it into the orange half, but NWPO gets the boost. Rawas is just going to dive and dunk. This one is in front of the net. He's going to have to back off. NWPO might be able to counterattack here if he gets a good enough angle. Rawas kills the bounce, rolls it to the side wall. NWPO can be dangerous from this position. Top shelf.
Oh! And Rawas, even facing defeat still, he's dropped a compliment in chat for the ceiling double. Such graciousness in what appears to be defeat. In painful circumstances, he needs 4 goals in less than a minute.
And now it's time to delay. No, it's another standard kickoff. I think he does need to mix it up. You need something cheeky if you want to bring back 4 goals in a minute. NWPO on the ball. 12 boosts. He is going to stay glued here. He thinks he can cut off this angle because it's a really tough one for Rawas, who keeps the starvation going. This is a great possession for him to eventually score, but he can't eventually score. He needs to score right now, and he misses the double.
Oh, well, it was so close, but it's not going to work out for him. And I think here he comes again. The back corner beckons as the game is all but over. Rawas had him on the ropes, but it's going to be NWPO taking the win and representing MENA in rally.
NWPO, what a great performance from him. A great tournament win. First MENA 1v1 RLCS champion. He has been on that form recently. He continues his show match streak. Sure, he maybe lost a game in this series, but he's not going to lose the whole thing. He is headed to Raleigh and land.